So once Jim Crow, this idea of creating a whole series of black codes to control the black population and freedom, is established after Plessy Ferguson, what we see is just a complete reversal. Political and voting rights are taken away. Schools are shut down or underfunded. You start to see very, very stringent segregationist laws about where people can and cannot be. You begin to see an enforcement of an element of the Constitution that is criminal in and of itself, this idea that I can disenfranchise you if I make you a felon, and I can charge you with whatever I want, because guess what? You won't have a trial by jury. And if you do, it won't be a jury of your peers. It'll be a jury of my peers. And so we have this remarkable continual system that now we can disenfranchise with, impunity. We can restrict where people live. We can restrict where they work. We can restrict all of even the quality of education that they receive. And the result of that, we can then say, and see, we told you they are incapable of anything else. Look where they are, right? It's twisted. It is a very twisted reality. And that leads us into early mid-20th century. But something remarkable happens. Not just with World War I, but with World War II, when once again African Americans are proving themselves on the battlefield. Once again, they are risking life and limb, and they and their children begin to challenge en masse in a modern civil rights era that says, no, separate but equal doesn't count. We are Americans too, and begin very deliberate social movement to change the conscience of America again. And this is when we start seeing 15-year-olds like Barbara Johns in Virginia refusing to go back into a tin-roof classroom that's cold, that they're using 10 tubs to try to heat it to go to school, when just a few miles away is this pristine, brand new school that is only for white children. And they say, enough is enough. It's when an 18-year-old Morehouse college student decides enough is enough, even in his hometown of Atlanta, that he's going to do something different. So by the age of 26, not only has he written extensively and finished his doctorate, he is now heading a very prominent church, and he has now been asked to come and lead a boycott in Montgomery, Alabama at 26 years old. What happens, it is the fact that it takes another 100 years is remarkable, but what I like to remind people of is that this process, this evolution of what it means to be an American, what it means to consider how our Constitution, in its fluidity, in its reinterpretations, in its challenges in the law, has in fact, again, is pushing us closer to this idea of our ideal as Americans from the practicalities that we have dealt with in all of our ugliness. That we can, and because we are always redefining the boundaries of those amendments, we are still asking questions now about when is there a violation of the 13th or when is there a violation of the 14th around this whole question. The 14th Amendment now is being pushed and pulled for everything. We're talking about equal protection under the law in the 14th Amendment. So it's being pushed and pulled even now over rights of immigrant children that are born here. It is being pushed and pulled based on this whole idea of equal protection of the law for LBGT people who are saying, wait a minute, I'm a citizen, I have rights, I should have equal protection under the law as well. And so there is a fluidity here that is remarkable. And I think that whether we are talking about the Civil War or whether we are talking about early colonialism, our challenges of defining who will be an American, our opportunities for expanding that, is really born of our first great conflict between slavery and freedom on our shores.